And by power through this, I mean, let's get this going, man. Okay, we're still missing a wonderful friend that may be horribly maimed and dead somewhere. Oy vey. So, those are the... Oh, what's up, man? No, I'm good. We don't need to do the little cheer thing. Considering it instanced, I don't think I'm going to be able to find Orlaith over there. Even if she was, I'm not going to be able to. Is this actually just going to be the final confrontation right here? No, this isn't anything. This is just a side room to rest up in. That's literally just a resting point. Okay, so further down here. Okay. Let's see what the heck we're working with. Also, no proper sign-on intro nonsense, considering this is the same recording session that... whatever the heck last episode or same episode was. Cool. Funky. Fresh. Lots of fresh corpses. Could you guys not have picked this place up a bit better, all things considered? Like... seriously, man. Oy vey, yeah, I'm going to probably... Nope, that didn't work out. There we go. Outright actually block this dude, just do any damage to him. Okay, there we go. Yeah, couldn't you guys have picked this stuff up? Like, I get it's kind of in shambles because it's an ancient science structure whatever building, but come on, man. It's technically your living space for the past few however many moons. Wait, are there even any moons in this game? I don't think there's ever been a mention of the moon anywhere in this game. Oof. Yeah, like, it's 100% just the flashing of a neutron star, not much else. That's a bummer. No moon, no romance, no white moonlight. Oof. Kind of feel bad for the guys. No wonder they want to just recreate their own heaven. No beautiful moonlight. Ooh, they do have delusions, though. Lovely. I'm not even super surprised this place is filled to the brim with delusions. So... there we go. That was a weird activation spot. Just didn't want to let me do it. Alrighty, what are we looking at? Gosh, seriously, how the heck did they hack the Emberian? Ooh, this is a locked door, isn't it? Yep. Okay. How'd they hack the AI and everything to actually work for them? That's what I'm curious about. I suppose the closest we have to anyone who's good at handling Emberian tech was Caxton Frost. I'm curious if he would have been able to. Obviously, someone on this team for Vela. What's that up there? It's a weird seal. Okay. This might be the way forward. Which means we're going to double back real quick. Emberian ore, just what I never needed. Someone on this team that's still helping and working with Vela is good enough to basically hotwire these things and change their directives, which is genuinely surprising. Oh, I could just do lore with these. That's a heck of a lot simpler. Why is it considered lore getting a Emberian machine going? Oh, hey, what's up, man? Not for nothing, but do I have my good hat on? Yeah. That one's the lore, this one's the charm. How you doing? Cradle, network breach, security protocols overwritten, control of mechanical humanoids severed. Further, containment compromise for prime specimen code angel entity is attempting to replicate. That's not good. Access to cradle womb sealed until threat nullified. Additional information restricted to Class A citizens and above. Charm. All your citizens have been dead for hundreds of years. If you want to stop this angel spawn, I'm your only chance. You need to reset security protocols if you want to regain control of the situation. I'm your only chance, man. Success. Analyzing. Class A population count, 0. Class B population count, 0. Class C population count, 0. Analyzing. Threat level critical. Without containment, prime specimen replication will trigger disaster event tier 0, destruction of reality. Additional information request granted. Prime specimen code Angel is attempting to replicate. The resulting subspecimen code designation Angel Spawn is located in the power relay chamber. Subspecimen Angel Spawn is capable of distorting reality. Designated Class A threat. Use of force not advised. Conclusion. Overloading the power relay chamber may result in subspecimen's destruction without unnecessary conflict. Speaker should look for the 4 override terminals. High technical skill required. Ceasing communication. Okay, so that's probably one right there. So we've got Angel Spawn in the frickin' power relay, so it is replicating. Oh, vey. What would that equate to? What's it replicating towards? Ooh. This looks very Half-Life-y. Oh, hey, that's probably an angel spawn right there, right? Yeah. 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 I mean, I'm certain I could probably use enough items to get through it and beat its butt, but I don't inherently need to. After all, it said if I just overcharge the thing, we're good. So why not try going over yonder? Elevator a go-go, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. There we go. Why did that hurt? Oh, the buffs are turning off. Okay, yeah. I ran out of time for all my buffs. That explains that. Okay. So that's that area. I think I'm still missing one power relay. Got 1, 2. Got the third one right next to where the dude was. Means we're still missing one somewhere. I feel like I've been everywhere is the thing. Bodies of the dead, excluded. I obviously never found Orlaith, where the heck she is. I feel like I've kind of run around every which way looking for everything as a whole. Huh. Well, there's a solid chance I either A, missed it, or B, it's somewhere around where that angel spawn is. Solid chance either way. After all, I'm not perfect, man. I mess up a lot. Elevator, elevator. Get this going. Well, I hope I'm able to do any... Oh, my charm is way down, all things considered. Oy vey. Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough charm. That being said, what if I get some tea going? Oh, do I even have any tea? Wait, is tea for charm or... Nah, that's for lore, isn't it? See here. Stamina, potency of spells. Elixir of luck might be smart. That's all attributes at once. Pretty certain I don't need that thing. Streamwide. I mean, I can get crunk. I can get crunk and dizzy as all heck. I don't think that's gonna help, but I can do that. I've always had the ability to. Okay, yeah. Hopefully the elixir of luck will be enough to push me. Actually, hold up. Into at least 100. Oh yeah, we got 4 delusions to spend. Hold on. Yeah. Let's see here. Quick run around again. Make sure I didn't miss any anywhere. Not you guys. Scoozy. Nope, not seeing anything. Not anything over yon. I don't think I went through that door. That makes sense. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Here's a door I never went through. My lore skill is too low. Oy vey. Oy vey. Everything went tits up when all the buffs died. Dude, excuse you, I'm lockpicking. Like, I'm busy. Can you not? Like, that's rude. It's Marsh. There we go. Alright, what are we looking at? Another delusion. Gosh dang. And, yeah. Oh. I will see next playthrough if you can actually just talk / interact with that thing or what, but either way, I seem to have done something to it. Kind of made it despawn out of existence. Oh, if only I could do the same. Hey, yeah, he's, oh. Here's what it is. Let's see here. Music seems to have died down. Up this. Ah, doesn't this look a bit familiar? Doesn't this look familiar? Oh, it's not the exact same thing. It's just how we're gonna get over there. Okay, pop this. Switch on over to the good stuff. Just to be safe, and pop this just to be safe too. Where does that put me at? 95. Gosh dang it, man. Just shy of 100. Oof. I don't think there's any other gear I can do. I don't even think there's any spells I could do. Like, I don't think there's anything that actually buffs you spell-wise. Yeah, no. Looks like this is what we're gonna have to be working with. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that's... It's health regeneration. Ring of the Robust. Minor boost and beloved. This... Oh, that's beloved ring of stamina. Okay. Band of rejuvenation. Ring of iron skin. Oh, potency of potions. Would that work better with an elixir of luck? Huh. Anyways, I think we're at where we knew the cradle was last time. think we came in through that doorway over yonder, and this is... Oh. Did that do it any better? No, it did not. Okay. So, potency of potions is not technically good enough. Let's just, Iron skin, sturdiness, blood siphon. Robust, I guess. Nope, wait. And, rejuvenation. There we go. Oh, Orlaith. That's where you got to. Okay. Orlaith. Hello, Vela. Vela cradles Orlaith in her arms as her body shakes with silent sobs, tears flowing down her cheeks. Girl, you brought this on yourself. She looks up at you with red eyes, all too human after all. So it's you. Funny. I would have thought a sword through the heart would have proven more of a setback. You'd be surprised. I had help from a friend of yours. I'm full of surprises. I mean, I'm full of surprises. Aren't you just, Confessor? I didn't want to kill her, you know? She came at me full force. I only meant to disarm. Belle closes her eyes, overwhelmed by a deep exhaustion. That's why I always say, isn't it? I didn't want to. They made me do it. I had no choice. At least you're effing aware. You're right, I think, about me and Isabet. I wasn't chasing this dream for anyone but myself. At least you're finally waking up to that. For that mute, stunned little girl standing in the ashes of her home. Do you have any idea how long never is? Never to see her again? Never to hear her stupid little laugh? Never? Truly, I don't know if anyone ever comes to terms with that. No, they don't. When it comes to grieving a loved one, it's never easier. You just get better at handling the grief. So I sailed around, pretending to be a savior, loosing my anger on whoever would play the villain. When I found that map, gods, it was like a fucking djinn granted my wish. Like a message from the universe saying, maybe she died so you could do this. Djinn tend to twist wishes, yo. You should know that. Because really, who could dispute that logic? What price could outweigh saving everyone forever? She shakes her head. Even Jack knew better than to gamble on credit. I mean, yeah, right? The more principles I twisted, the more blood I spilled, the more friends I led to their deaths, the more my debt grew, the more the angel seemed like the only solution. You had all the means to fix everything and you threw it away at a frickin' pipe dream of fixing the one thing you couldn't, girl. Gosh dang. Bella meets your gaze again, eyes welling up, voice cracking with the desperate abandon of confession. So I can't be the one to make this choice. Not anymore. So deep in blood that I can't even see the surface. She lets her head fall into Orlaith's body again. Please, go to the angel. It'll answer to you. If you wish to destroy it, I won't stop you. Thank you, Vela. Vela says nothing as she rocks her best friend back and forth like a baby, racked every now and then by spasms of grief. Effing A, girl. Frickin' Christ. Oy vey. Also, how effing dare you put all of this on me? You've realized you've walked through, like, so many bad decisions in your life and decided to put the culmination of all your bad decisions onto another. You're still running away, you effing fool. Gosh dang it. It's Care. What are you doing here? Yeah, it still looked kind of buggy. What's up, Care? What do we have here? Seems as though some wretched soul spat from a dank prison cell has somehow stumbled into the most fateful moment in living memory. She grins. Yeah, about that. The angel watches you, stranger. To its incomprehensible mind, you are little more than an insect crawling on shit. Hey, but it's the shit on its shoe right now. So it's doubly gross to him. And yet here, in this plane of existence, it has no power without one such as you. It is a thing born in the void. It can think and feel only in cipher, and lacks the perspective of a mere mortal. To have agency in this place, it must merge with another. This creature defies foresight, stranger. In the threads of prophecy, this moment is an abyss through which I cannot see. For years I thought it was Vela who would stand at the precipice, but now I see that it is you. I've proved my worth. It was merely a roll of the dice. Honestly, yeah, there's no reason I should be here. She smirks. Many in your position would claim sole responsibility for their successes. I'm glad you had the sense to see otherwise. I realize I'm nowhere near as good as any of the party members who died on my way up here. These islands have long been home of dreamers and fantasists. Their delusions have seeped into the fabric of the earth, waiting for one to reclaim them. The people here have hung their wishes on your shoulders, nothing more. But you should do well to remember that your power, all power, is borrowed. We are not but conduits. Fair, fair. Honestly, yeah, I could go into a weird soliloquy / rant about invoking one's will, and all that is just an extension of countless other outside sources and inside sources. I'm not going to. All power is borrowed. That's fair. Heck, even magic in this world is simply cipher in reading the rules of the universe and slightly switching how the fabric and rules are written. And now, whether by chance of skill, you wield more power than any before you. The last time this angel was roused, the whole world was destroyed. You could banish it, or you could merge with it, and succeed where those before you failed. What will you do, I wonder? Could this angel cause another world rend? What should I do? Well, it's now or never. I mean, this thing could cause another world rend. That's kind of a given. What do you think I should do? Besides, I've long thought that to change the rules of cipher, to fundamentally alter the very fabric of existence, is a sin more shameful than I could imagine. I mean, you're denying the entire world and how it works. Not only are you denying it, you're denying it for all. So that's fair. If we were to believe the world was created by God with any sort of reason or purpose, to reshape it and change how it works fundamentally could be seen as a sin, yeah. I believed this in my heart when I tried to stop Vela. But her will proved stronger, and in defying her, I lost everything I ever held dear. And if I ever truly loved her, can't I also see that she was driven as much by love and beauty as anger and ambition? I mean, yeah. You don't get this far in any sort of scheme without being a bit mad. Yeah, she was driven by love and beauty. Love and beauty lost into anger and ambition to reclaim and the hatred of it being taken. She didn't meet you until she was fueled by such things. After all, that's why she left the apostatic union. She just never put a cap on such emotions. She smiles at you weakly. The truth is, I am no longer a person, just an echo of one. I have no right to interference with the living. Do as you wish, stranger. Could this angel cause another world rend? I would like to tell you that the Iberians 400 years ago used the angel with malice and stupidity so as to doom the world to such a fate. But the truth is, Nobody truly knows what happened back then. Or what could happen now. Vela was certain she could merge with the angel without triggering a syntax cascade. I am not so brazen as to say either way. For someone who has spent her life predicting the future, it is somewhat of a novelty to admit I have no idea. Well, it's now or never. Good luck, stranger, she smiles warmly. Or perhaps I should call you friend. Yeah, friend. So, there's no guarantee this isn't going to destroy the world. There's no guarantee it would. Should I destroy it? Should I send it back, or should I leave it here? It's very odd. I feel like good music choice. Definitely good music choice. As you approach the angel, a pressure builds inside your skull until it feels like your head might split in twain. Your body shivers with a nauseating energy. Somehow you know the angel is inside you. So, I'm curious because, like, in a weird way, I want to take its opinion into consideration. This thing probably doesn't want to be here. So I feel like I should banish it back to the void where it existed within or outside of such places like this. On the other hand, I feel like banishing it is the stereotypical, this is how most people would play this game, because most people think the apostatic union is justified in a majority of things. It's not like you can't do good with the effing thing. It is so bug/arachnidy. I hate it. It's giving me spider vibes. It's gross. Ugh. I'm gonna clench my teeth. A needle of pain gouges through your mind. Memories of your childhood, of people and places you knew, all flash before your eyes, wrenched forth by the will of this creature. Is it trying to understand you? Want you to leave? I want to use your power. What are you? More pain, but this time the memories are not your own. Sensation of limitless possibility, of incomprehensible freedom and unending time envelops you. For just a fraction of a moment, you understand what it means to be truly infinite, to stretch beyond the limits of this reality. You realize the angel is trying to share its experience with you, though much of it is lost in translation. Why are you here? A confusion of sensations flash through your mind. An Emberian vessel invading your life essence, somehow latching onto you, pulling you through layers of reality until you are small, oh so small, and trapped in this cage. The Emberians were really good at freaking a lot of stuff. Gosh dang, man. You understand somehow that the angel is severely impaired in this world. The limits of time and space, the rules inherent in such a rigid existence, entrap the angel in its corporeal form. You caused the world rend, didn't you? What you know of the world rend, scraps of history, hearsay, and a pervasive cultural dread rises to the forefront of your mind. A note of confusion flows through you. The angel doesn't seem to be sure, but you understand that when it was brought here, another tried to merge with it, unsuccessfully. In that moment, a simple cry of pain from either of them could have obliterated this world, just as a human could accidentally trample on a colony of insects. So, last time they tried it, the merging just didn't go well. We don't know what is needed for a proper vessel, or if there's even a means to properly have a vessel for the angel. So, what happens now? Your body seethes with impotence and impatience. Yes, you understand. The angel can do nothing on its own. Not in this reality. Not in this body. It is trapped here. It must merge with another, a sentient being from this material plane, if it is to have any agency here. It would need only be a moment, and the angel could separate once more, peeling off from its new form and returning to the void. Or it could stay and weave a new reality within this one. So even to free it, it needs to merge with something just to get out of here. I need to know more before I can choose. Think I'm ready to choose? I need to think this over. I need to know more. A warmth washes over you. The angel waits for your query. What are you? If we merge, what would happen to me? You see a corpse lowered into a grave, and a baby clawing its way out of the other side of the earth, covered in blood and placenta. To merge would be to die and be born anew. Fair. I mean, I'd be amazed if my corporeal form could survive merging with an outer entity that's from several realities away. But merging with it, as it said, would make you born anew. I could be reborn into a separate, higher grade cycle in a weird way. There's a lot of ways to just view that imagery right there. Claw your way up from the other side of the earth, covered in blood and placenta. Born as something new, or does something new somewhere else? A place you probably wouldn't know. And you see wine being poured into a strange serpentine vessel. When the glass breaks, the wine remains. Keeping the shape, to merge, would also change the angel, endowing it with all your own quirks and values. I would take on aspects of it, and it would take on aspects of me. So, what are you? More pain, but this time, oh. Yeah. Let me ask something else. Could this cause another world rent? Flowers blossom and decay all at once. Clouds boil away and flatten and burst. A moth flaps its wings and towers fall. It flaps again and the towers have always stood proudly. Uncertainty. The angel cannot say for sure what will become of your world. A sense of responsibility comes over you. You think this means that you must be careful. If you merge, you will be as one, and the power you willed will be terrifying. I guess I'm ready to choose. A tingling of anticipation suffuses your body. The angel awaits your decision. I want to banish you back to the void. I want to merge with you and make a heaven of my own. Actually, wait, I still have questions. Actually, I need to think this over. Okay, so I'm not against either. I really ain't. I really ain't. The world's effed up and it needs a major change. There's a lot of aspects of this world building that we haven't gotten into that are showcasing that the world we're in is starting to super decay and possibly die. What I mean by that is we all exist on the floating isles. Not just the Onric Isles, but the floating islands above the soil and the earth. There are very few instances where people can actually be on the ground and not horribly die. There's literally a miasma going around that infects you with a fungus that turns you into a fungus. Not only does it turn you into a fungus, it keeps you alive to better keep the fungus going. That's what a death's veil is. Just inhaling fumes from ground level is going to curse and kill you in a horrific way while keeping you actually alive. So the entirety of the earth, the entirety of the soil, the water, below a certain level is impossible to interact with. And what interactions we can have are very brief. There are machines that let you do such, but just getting there to use such machines can usually lead to the destruction of your entire envoy. So yeah, that's bad enough. But then we add that all of our resources are coming from these floating islands. Cool. But as we saw in various tidbits, what's keeping these floating islands floating is float stone. Float stone is a mineable resource. And our only way to mine it is on the islands. So we have a finite amount. But it goes a bit beyond that. Once you mine all the float stone out of an island, it will probably just sink back to the surface. So that's going to lead to a weird monopoly on something that's literally necessary for life as we know it. I don't know how we're handling water sources. Arguably, you could argue that you can get more float stone via mining with the pickaxe that mines through time. But we don't know the actual cause and effect of that pickaxe. I may be stealing float stone from the past just to have in the present, which will just speed up how quickly the resource is depleted, basically. Arguably, the gods, as we knew them, could handle and deal with these finite issues. Although the gods can't technically make nothing appear out of nowhere, they can at least think enough in Cypher to change the properties of things to a point where it's fine. And they were doing a balancing act. Now, every god out there, besides a small handful, are in infant forms. And they're trying to regrow in a sense. So that balancing act isn't held anymore. And I mentioned that the apostatic union is going to cannibalize itself and destroy itself. That's obvious from everything you've seen of the apostatic union. That's just going to happen. But beyond that, until these gods are kind of settled back into a decent stage and there's Wiccans that can work with them, civilizations are going to be wiped out because they're not going to be able to properly get the resources they need to survive. We saw a minute, small version of this in Quill. Quill exists just to export shrooms. Now that the god that was growing the shrooms is dead, their entire harvest and crop is dying. You could make arguably a god akin to the Clockwork God, the Clockwork King. And yes, that does work to a degree, but it is new tech, And we saw how that new tech was not properly working as a whole. It is a minor stopgap that had the chance of completely destroying the entire civilization it was in. We can't mass produce a bunch of clockwork kings everywhere to perfectly handle every civilization in the place of a god, when arguably we need this balancing act of the gods to stop every human in existence in this setting from dying out because of resources. Because if we did that, there are way too many chances of all those clockwork kings that are mass produced failing in some way. And then, arguably, they could resonate with one another and destroy everything, akin to what happened to the Emberians. Yes, these gods could grow back up and get old enough and start doing what they used to do. We might not have enough time for the gods to do that. Especially with the apostatic union trying to stop that from happening constantly, as these resources and issues become worse and worse. There's a high chance in setting for everyone to go extinct soon. There is a high chance of that happening just from what we've seen. I feel bad because I know it wants to go back to the void. It was happy in the void doing its own thing. I don't so much want to make a heaven of my own. My character isn't defined enough to make their own heaven. I'm such a blank slate as a character, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not. Arguably, it's what made my character thrive in this setting. It's being the blank slate that every place I walked was able to etch upon it. But I don't think I'd be able to make a heaven of my quote-unquote own. But I would like to make this place a bit better as it is. I don't have to change a majority of things in my view. Just enough. So, I guess we're going the megalomaniac route. I'm gonna merge with it. I guess that's what I'm choosing. Merging with it. Okay. You feel a sense of opportunity, of excitement in the unknown, and of starting anew. But a surge of dread engulfs you. There will be no going back from this decision. Even if humanity survives, will we recognize ourselves? And why should you be the one who chooses for them? Are you so just, so righteous, that you should set the pattern of their existence? Are you prepared to claim that power? No. No, I'm not. But I'm the one that's here to do so. So yeah. It feels weird. I don't want to outright create my own heaven. I don't. I just want to make this place so it's not hell. There are countless chances before me to do such. There's probably countless chances after me to do such. But I know there's a chance directly in front of me to do such, and gosh, am I not hypocritical because I was telling Vela this is so stupid to chance upon. But if we're looking at a binary of 1 or 2, I guess it's the choice I'd make. Oh, is it a stupid choice? But I'm a stupid person. I'll create my own heaven. Here Your body is engulfed in a warm tingling that soon becomes tearing, agonizing pain. Your vision distorts and seems to blend with your other senses, like your very consciousness is dissolving into water. You're merging with the angel, so that two become one. Your last coherent thought is a desperate hope that you made the right choice.
The angel beckons. As you tumble into its mind, your consciousness twists, strains, and bursts, spilling into the universe. You see it now, for the first time. A tapestry of words, lines, and verses thread themselves through every corner of existence. With a few twists of your tongue, you could change it all. And you do. Your words reverberate through reality. A few utterances reverse the finality of death and the frigid linearity of mortal existence. With another sentence, you bestow upon each person the smallest droplet of your newfound power. All across the sky realms, everyone, from the noble to the downtrodden, feels a surge of understanding beyond that of any cipher wizard. The long dead, silent for centuries or more, find they need only open their eyes and breathe. Among them are your companions. Basalt, Orlaith, Frost, and the Duchess stand ashore, watching your ascendancy to something beyond godhood. And here, in the Oneric Isles, you seal yourself away in a womb of cipher. A city soon propagates around you, but you pay it no heed, intervening as little as possible. Paths stretch ahead, to places both sunlit and dark, and even your new vision cannot see which one humanity will choose. Jack Basalt retires from mercenary work, drifting through the sky realms in a rickety old boat. On occasion, he is seen in one port or another, beguiling children with swashbuckling stories that seem too outlandish to be true. Frost marries his lover Sam'el, and they raise their children with stories of skyfaring adventures on a quiet little island on the edge of the sky realms. The Duchess, her youth restored, begins a journey to find her daughter, which takes her to the Underlands. In a grove of newly blossoming trees, she sees that beaming smile at last. And the Emberian finally sets down her armor, allowing the burden of her ancestors to finally lift from her shoulders. Thanks to your help, Pagurth grows to be the dominant power in Hallowshire, overseeing the region's transformation into a realm of anarchic fecundity. Over time, the people here shed their mortal skins and change into a cornucopia of outlandish forms, enraptured in their own decadent and peculiar rituals. Though all are equal in heaven, you cannot help but favour these new citizens, ushering them forth as shining examples of this new era. And in neighbouring Pwyll, Llwyd, in time, comes to be the town's mayor, and guides his people through this new age of wonders. In the Endless Realm, your plotting ensures that the Entombed One is able to defeat the Queen of Silver and her council. Her presence amplifies the agonies and resentments of the island. In this new era of magical potency, their malaise comes to consume the region, until one day, the Endless Realm simply disappears without warning or ceremony. In neighbouring Hallowshire, the people of Pagurth's new domain barely notice this strange occurrence, and those that do find they cannot quite remember what was on those islands in the first place. Some Wiccan priests even try asking their gods, but the answer is always the same, that the ancient kingdom of Verdant was destroyed long ago, leaving nary a trace. In the Clockwork Kingdom, the power of the angel supercharges Afra's reforms beyond her wildest dreams. After a period of total chaos, the renamed kingdom of New Cardova becomes a beacon of radical ingenuity, where anything is possible, and ordinary folk reinvent themselves 7 times before breakfast. Cardovan society swiftly becomes incomprehensible to all but the most broad-minded outsiders, spreading lunatic machines and persistent reality glitches across the Sky Realms. Elders warn that those who emigrate there will forfeit their very humanity. But for surprisingly many people, that's the attraction. With Vela defeated, the chains that bound your mysterious benefactor shatter, freeing the entity at last. You never cross paths with it again. In this new age, the High Confessor's body is healed, and she steps out of her coffin as Care once more. And as for Vela, the last time you cast your gaze on her, she was embracing her sister, tears in both of their eyes.
Well then. That was a fun game. Lots of fun. Honestly, I'm fine with that ending. I am. Has its up, has its downs. That's life as a whole for you. And possible eventual death. I like the fact that the Endless were actually finally able to find their end, as if they never were. Probably as they always saw out to be for a lot of them. At least those that didn't go mad with the hunger. Anyways, that's it, guys. That's Dread Delusion. We are around an episode's worth. After the credits, it will probably be a full episode's worth, I think. So I guess this is getting divvied up. I mentioned this a few episodes ago. If I do a complete series, I may also do another playthrough hitting the other options for quests. Just see how that plays out. So that may be worth checking out, even if you've watched it up to this point. Then again, that's all just possibilities down the road. Stay deluded. Will do, my man. So, if you guys were ever watching this and you thought you might want to play this, I recommend. It's a great game. It's got some of the best world building, some of the best lore, and some of the best writing I've seen in a game in a long time. It was really a breath of fresh air. I am so glad I picked this up. So, yeah. Feel free to grab it. Even if you've watched every ending of every quest, feel free to grab it. There's a lot of unique ways to play this. I've mentioned several times the whole entice run / items going on at every aspect. They really want someone to do an entice run. All the summons I never touched upon. There are a lot of items to help summoning. That's cool. That's awesome. Like, there's a lot of different fun ways to play this that I didn't fully go into, because I obviously prefer to learn lore and dive deeper into the world building. And that's a playthrough and a way I could play that the game fully accepted and recognized. You don't see that a lot in games. 100%, this is a wonderful game. Give it a shot, give it a try. If you can get past the graphics, I've recommended this to so many people, and they've all just seen the graphics and been like, nah, not for me. And I'm just thinking, like, we all grew up in the same era, mofo. We all played Morrowind at the same time. We all played those really shitty effing PS1 games with the horrible graphics. What the heck you on about? graphics. Oh my effing gosh. Get over yourself. Yeah, and I think the graphics actually do a lot for this game. I think it would lose a lot of its charm if it with a more high-end graphics approach, to be honest. The PS1 graphics add an extra layer of this world and setting and the creatures within it and the various issues you're dealing with being alien and foreign to you. The graphics help elevate what the heck this game's doing world building and writing wise. So yeah, I don't think the graphics should be changed whatsoever. I think that's basically it. Like I said, I think this equates to about an episode, so I guess I'm going to be divvying up this and the recording beforehand. So, sorry. I gotta get my content somehow. I gotta start rushing out what I'm supposed to be putting up after this. I think my fiance and I decided on Morrowind. Because she's never going to be able to play Morrowind, and it's my favorite game, and I like talking about Morrowind. While also refusing to recommend Morrowind to anyone, because it's not a game I can easily recommend. So, that should be fun. I've never beaten Morrowind. I don't think I've ever done a playthrough to any form of completion with Morrowind. And since I'd be recording it, I'd feel compelled to. Since I'm not doing any modding, question is how I should be playing it. Because obviously I have it on my PC/Steam Deck. I think I showed that in frickin' Bard's Tale episode when everything was going wrong Bard's Tale wise. I think I just like switched to like Morrowind and Oblivion that I was playing at the time. Just the stupid characters. But I also own it on the original Xbox, and considering I wouldn't be modding it, I don't know if there's any reason not to do it on the Xbox, because I'd have a simpler time controller-wise. It's not like you can super upscale the resolution on it. The mods I would have possibly been doing would be to mess with the graphics a bit, but the graphics are fine in my opinion. We just played Dread Delusion. The graphics are fine. So gosh. I don't know, I'll figure it out. I've got a Game of the Year guide too for Morrowind. Oh, could I mod Morrowind so I can actually have some sort of shoes on frickin' an Argonian? I want to be able to use the shoes of a blinding speed. I love those. They're such a stupid item. Oh well, I'll figure it out. Something for me to hash out after this recording is done. But hey, Morrowind's coming up. Gonna be messing around with that. And we'll see how those recordings go. I'm planning on like having an episode of more quest related talking to NPCs kind of thing going on, and then an episode of like exploring/dungeon diving as separate episodes, so we can get our world building bit over here and we can get our exploration, what the heck's going on, what is this setting, what's anything over yonder. Because there's a lot of dungeons in Morrowind I don't think are touched on in any quest. They're just kind of there, and they all have their own world building aspects to them because they're all handcrafted. So yeah, something to consider. I'll see how the recordings go. I'll see if I'm doing it on my original Xbox or my Steam Deck. And the only reason I do the Xbox is just controls, because I can emulate a mouse or whatever. Actually, is there some stuff UI that you can only do with a mouse and keyboard? Or should I say on PC for Morrowind? I'd have to look into that. I feel like, well, obviously there's console commands, but I don't think I'd be using console commands at any point. Not unless I needed to. Gosh. I'll mull it over. I'll talk to you guys later in another episode of something else on my channel, but hey, it was fun. And as the dev said, stay deluded out there. Ciao.